What's up guys, Syiler here, and we are back with another level 100 talent preview for Warlords of Draenor, and this time taking a look at the Monk. Now remember, these are all subject to change and most likely will, as it's only an early preview, just to give you an idea of what the talents could and would be like. So the first one up is Vital Connections for Brewmaster. Soul Dance, passive, you are not able to shrug off even spells, such that 30% of your normal stagger amount works against magic damage. So that's worded horribly, and I'm going to assume that's meant to be you are now able to shrug off even spells. That'd make a lot more sense, and basically means your stagger can do 30% magic damage as well. So that's a great passive sort of DPS increase, especially, damage increase, especially if you know you're going to take a lot of magic damage in a fight. For Windwalker, Hurricane Strike, 15-yard range, instant, 45-second cooldown. Unleash a rapid series of kicks dashing between nearby targets, dealing 14k damage over 3 seconds. While kicking, you are immune to all damage and effects. That's pretty crazy. So for 3 seconds, you basically become immune and can carry on dealing out damage. So imagine if there's a kill ability or a high damage ability, you can basically completely negate that for 3 seconds, every 45 seconds. That is quite huge. And obviously it's going to be good for single target or AoE, because it'll do 14k straight to that single target, or it'll do 14k shared between any targets nearby. So that's quite a huge ability, and that I feel that might be changed. The fact that you become immune will have some big effects, especially in things like bosses that should kill you, or if, say, a paladin has just popped all his major cooldowns, and you can stun him for a short period of it, and then you can just use that ability, in 3 seconds of it, you're completely immune to any damage he does while dealing damage at him. So that's quite big. And that's for, it's on quite a short cooldown as well. Mistweaver, Detonate Chi, 1k mana cost, 100 yard range, instant. Causes your healing spheres to instantly trigger healing the nearest ally within 6 yards. That's really cool, because one problem with healing spheres at the moment is the fact that you have to actually walk over them to be useful. Now, that will make healing spheres a lot more useful, because as long as there's someone within 6 yards, they don't need to walk over it, you can just explode them and you'll do some healing. So that'll be great. You can leave them down if someone's going to take, the raid's going to take a large amount of damage, you can just blow up any spare healing spheres you've got and you'll do a bit of extra healing. So it gives your healing spheres a lot more use. But I feel they just need to completely rework healing spheres instead of just adding a talent to kind of pad it, to be honest. Next talent up is Chi Explosion. 1 Chi consumes up to 4 Chi to cause the cause the target to explode with Chi energy, causing additional effects based on the Chi consumed. It's a 40-yard range. Brewmaster, 1 Chi deals 2,500 nature damage to an enemy. 2 Chi, you also gain Shuffle for 6 seconds, so this is really strange. 3 Chi also purifies all of your stagger damage, and 4 Chi, the damage also hits all enemies within 8 yards of the target. So does it get the additional effects as well? So if you do, say, the 4 Chi, will it do all of the previous abilities? Not too sure. It doesn't really word it like that, but it kind of does at the same time, because it says the damage also hits all enemies within 8 yards. And that would be looking towards the first one, the first sort of tier. If so, that is a really, really interesting talent. For Windwalker, deals 2.5k nature damage. 2 Chi, damage enemies also take an additional 1.5k nature damage over 6 seconds. 3 Chi also generates a charge of Tiger Eye Brew, and 4 Chi, the damage also hits all enemies within 8 yards. So that's pretty cool as well. And Mistweaver, 1 Chi heals an ally for 2.5k, 2 Chi, this healing also heals all allies within 8 yards. 3 Chi also summons 8 healing spheres in an 8-yard radius ring around the target. 4 Chi healing allies are also healed for an additional 800 over 6 seconds. So yeah, the way it's worded is you get all the additional effects as well, or the pre-effects. So if you spend 4 Chi, you'll get 3, 2, and 1 Chi benefit. That's pretty crazy. I really like that talent. It kind of adds a more in-depth sort of level to your Chi, so you need to manage which one you'll need at which point. Serene Mists, Brewmaster, Chi Serenita, 1.5 minute cooldown, instant, you enter a state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in this state, all Chi consumptions are instantly refilled. Windwalker, Chi Serenity, instant, 1.5 minute cooldown. You enter a state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in this state, all Chi consumptions are instantly refilled. And Soothing Tendrils, passive. Your Soothing Mist now also chains up to 2 additional allies within 15 yards. And the last ally has a 50% chance... the last ally has a 50% chance to generate Chi. That's pretty cool. So that's going to be quite a nice single target, or I guess in some cases AoE cooldown. Basically any Chi you use is put back, so you can just spam Chi based abilities over and over again. And the Soothing Mist one makes your Soothing Mist basically spread more easily. That's really cool. All of those talents are really interesting, to be honest. I quite like the monk talents. Especially like the Chi Explosion, just the way it works, the fact that there's different tiers based on how much Chi you spend. You get additional effects, kind of like a set bonus. It's pretty cool. So there you go, that's been a look at the monk talent. Look out for more of these talent overviews coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.